lovelies! Welcome to this month's cocktail kit. Today we are talking all things Charlie Chaplin. Not the iconic comic, film star, director and composer, but the cocktail crafted in his honor. This kit holds our interpretation. Sweet and sour, this zippy little sipper may be slightly quirky, but it pays perfect homage to its renowned namesake. This libation was born just before Prohibition, when Charlie Chaplin reigned as the star of silent films. Thanks to Prohibition's ban on booze, what were they thinking? It was first penned in Albert Stephen Crockett's 1935 book, the Old Waldorf Astoria Bar Book. Now the recipe itself calls for equal parts of sloe gin, apricot brandy, and lemon juice. This style of drink construction was increasingly popular during Prohibition. It coerced subpar alcohol into something guests would actually consider consumable. Now, we love an equal parts recipe. Even if you're as discombobulated as me on a Sunday afternoon, you'd have to try pretty hard to mess it up. Today, however, we are adding a touch more complexity to that silent film era simplicity. So let's break down what's in our kit. First up, our main star. This is the ounce gin Shiraz. And you may be wondering, this isn't a sloe gin, but it is adjacent and perfect for a modern palate. Now, IMD Distillery sits just 10 minutes outside of Adelaide CBD, and they have an infallible track record. Everything they touch is liquid gold, and this is no exception. It's a collab with Massey Wines, using Shiraz grapes grown out in the McLaren Vale. On the palate, you've got juniper, grapefruit, hibiscus, and even cacao nib. It inspired this entire rift. One sip and we knew it would make a Charlie Chaplin like no other. Next up, our Marionette Apricot Brandy. Marionette kills it with their small batch locally sourced products. Hailing from Thomastown in Victoria, the distillery is a 40-minute drive out of Melbourne CBD. This brandy uses apricots from the Mantovani family farm in the Goulburn Valley. They've been growing stone fruit for over 25 years, and that expertise is immediately apparent. It's macerated, distilled, and then barrel-aged with brandy from the Angove family, which is a renowned 5th-generation distiller from Renmark in South Australia. The result? A perfect balance of indulgent, spiced fruit flavors with a dry, fresh finish. Now, of course, we're using fresh lime juice. There is no better kind. Don't let anyone else tell you otherwise. And today, we're also going to be using egg white. Now, you might use a vegan alternative if that's your preference, but go with what works best for you. Last up, this little packet of magic. This is Davidson plum powder. It's an indigenous Australian fruit packed with antioxidants. The flavor is tart and vibrant and makes the perfect garnish for our drink. So let's put it all together. Now we've tweaked our ratios here. The ounce gin and the Marionette apricot are tart and complex, so we've just dialed back the citrus and added a touch of simple sugar for balance. We're also adding in additional texture. The fluffy egg white foam rounds everything off beautifully. So here we're going to start with 30 mils of our ounce gin Shiraz. Next up, 30 mils of our Marionette apricot brandy, 20 mils of fresh lime juice. Then we're adding 15 mils of our egg white, or if you've decided to use Wonderfoam at home, use 15 mils of water, and this will make up the volume of the egg white instead. Then finally, 10 mils of our simple syrup. Now, before you're tempted to add your ice, first we're going to dry shake. This emulsifies the egg white for that soft foam at the top. Now we throw in our ice and shake again until it's well chilled. Double strain into your chilled glass. Double straining helps the consistency of this drink. And that final touch, a light dusting of the plum powder. Now this is a feast for the eyes, and that sumptuous color, merely the prelude. You're hit with rich, juicy Shiraz notes up front, followed by sweet, spiced stone fruit. Lime adds that tangy balance and brightness, while the egg gives it its silken texture. This is pretty much a delicious contradiction, but it is worthy of the Chaplin name. Oh, and that Davidson plum garnish, that's a little bomb of sherbety goodness. It tickles the senses and sparkles right along to the finish. Now remember, all of the kit ingredients will keep well, so you can experiment with ratios. Try it with a bit more lime if you prefer tartness, or a touch more syrup if you prefer it sweet. And that's it, folks. We love to see your versions, so share them with us on Instagram at Elix-Elite Cocktail Club and let us know what you think. The team is always here to answer questions, so don't hesitate to reach out to our fabulous team of bartenders. Next month, we're tackling a tiki classic with an Aussie twist. I'm Olivia, and on behalf of Elix-Elite, thank you for joining us. And as always, your bar, your way.